Welcome to this deep dive, into the world of John Okada. He is a Japanese-American novelist, and his story is, fascinating.
Yeah.
And also kind of overlooked, sadly.
Yeah.
Imagine, being imprisoned by your own country and then being asked to fight for it.
Right.
I mean, that's what happened to John Okada. And, it really shaped his writing, especially in his only published novel, No Boy. So we've got some excerpts from a biography about Okada, and I'm really excited to kind of dig into this and see what we can learn,
Yeah, I think it's a story that's really intertwined with this pivotal moment in American history,
Yeah.
The Japanese-American internment during World War II.
Yeah.
And Okada's novel gives us this really raw look at the aftermath of that experience, which is something that a lot of people just weren't ready to confront at the time.
It's almost like, his life is kind of mirroring like the plot of a novel itself.
Yeah.
It starts in Seattle, right? Because it's the University of Washington. It's kind of like this classic American upbringing. But then, Pearl Harbor happens.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for Okada at that point?
Well, with the signing of Executive Order 9066, which basically authorized the internment of Japanese Americans,
Right.
Okada and his family, like thousands of others, were forced from their homes and sent to internment camps.
Wow.
In Okada's case, the Minidoka War Relocation Center. So you can imagine that upheaval, that fear, having your loyalty questioned just because of your ancestry.
Yeah, absolutely. That's incredible. And then, so he's in this internment camp, and then the biography mentions that he actually gets recruited into the U.S. Army Air Forces.
Yeah. So wait, he's being asked to fight for the country that imprisoned him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really shows those impossible choices that Japanese Americans faced during the war. And so Okada was given a loyalty questionnaire, like others in the camps, that asked him, among other things, to renounce any allegiance to the Emperor of Japan. He answered yes to this and served as a Japanese translator during the war.
Wow. That's such a complex situation.
I mean, on the one hand, he's unjustly imprisoned, and on the other, he's serving in the U.S. military. So, I mean, do you think these experiences directly influenced his writing?
Oh, absolutely.
Especially No Boy.
No Boy dives headfirst into this whole world of what it means to be Japanese American after internment.
Right.
The main character, Ichiro, is a young man who answers no to two key questions on that loyalty questionnaire. Would you serve in the U.S. Armed Forces, and would you swear allegiance to the United States and forswear any allegiance to the Emperor of Japan?
Oh, wow. And these no answers land Ichiro in prison, right?
Yes. But that's just the beginning of his struggles.
Right.
When he returns to Seattle after serving his sentence, he faces all this ostracism from, veterans, people he knew before the war.
Wow.
Imagine coming home after prison only to be met with hostility from the people you expected support from.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. And the excerpt mentions his mother, too.
Yes.
She's still holding on to this belief that, Japan didn't lose the war.
Right.
What a difficult situation for both of them to be in.
It really speaks to those deep divisions within the Japanese American community at the time, the generational trauma,
Yeah.
the struggle to reconcile with such a painful past. Okada really captures this feeling of displacement, the fragmentation of a community in the wake of this traumatic experience.
It makes you wonder how a book dealing with such raw and potentially controversial at the time themes even got published.
Yeah.
Was it a success when it came out?
Well, it was published in 1957, but sadly it was largely ignored. America just wasn't ready to confront the complexities of the Japanese-American experience so soon after the war.
Oh, that's really sad. So what happened next? Did Okada continue writing? The biography hints at something pretty shocking.
It does. Years after Okada's death in 1971, a group of writers rediscovered No Boy,
Okay.
and they went looking for his wife, Dorothy, and that's where things take a very heartbreaking turn.
I'm almost scared to ask. What happened?
Dorothy revealed that she had burned all of Okada's unpublished work. She couldn't find a publisher for his second manuscript, and UCLA even rejected his papers.
Wow.
So in a way, she felt that his voice was being silenced, and she chose to kind of preserve his memory in her own heart by destroying his physical legacy.
Wow. That's just devastating. All those stories, all those potential insights into the Japanese-American experience, gone. What a loss for literature and, just for our understanding of that period.
Yeah, it really underscores those challenges faced by artists from marginalized communities. Their voices are often overlooked.
Right.
Their stories are deemed unimportant.
So if his other works were burned, how is it that we even know about them?
That's a good question. The good news is that No Boy was rediscovered.
Okay.
And in 2018, John Okada, The Life and Rediscovered Writings of the Author of No Boy, was published.
Hold on. Rediscovered writings. How is that possible if his wife burned everything?
It seems that some of his works actually did survive. The 2018 publication includes things like a poem written on the night of Pearl Harbor, a play about the U.S. occupation of Japan, even some short stories. It's a glimpse into the brilliance that might have been, a testament to the potential we lost.
That's incredible. So No Boy was rediscovered, and now we have this collection of other writings too. What a testament to the enduring power of Okada's work, even if we only have a fraction of it.
It's like this little window into his powerful voice,
Yeah.
a voice that speaks to the complexities of identity, belonging, and that search for meaning in a world that often seeks to define you in very narrow terms.
It really makes you think about the impact of that rediscovery.
Yeah.
How did the literary world react to No Boy decades after it was first published? I mean, did it finally get the recognition it deserved?
Absolutely. No Boy really resonated deeply with readers and critics alike.
Yeah.
It became a cornerstone of Asian American literature, finally giving voice to experiences that had been silenced for too long.
Right.
And its impact went beyond just the literary world. It helped to shift our understanding of the Japanese American experience, forcing us to confront the injustices of the past and their lasting consequences.
That's remarkable. It's like No Boy became this catalyst for a broader conversation about identity, about belonging, and the legacy of prejudice and discrimination in America.
Yeah, you could say that. And this rediscovery wasn't just about acknowledging a powerful novel. It was about reclaiming a lost piece of history, a piece that had been deliberately silenced and forgotten.
It's almost like Okada's story itself became a symbol of resilience.
Yeah.
A refusal to be silenced, even after his death.
Exactly. And this newfound recognition of his work has led to some truly inspiring tributes. For instance, there's a dorm at Stanford University named in his honor, Okada House. It's a testament to the impact his story has had on generations of students and scholars.
Oh, a dorm named after him. That's incredible. It speaks volumes about the power of his work and, the importance of his story in shaping our understanding of the Asian American experience.
It does, and I think this recognition, along with the rediscovery of his other works, opens up a whole new set of questions about Okada's legacy and the potential impact of his voice on American literature as a whole.
This is all so fascinating. I mean, we've covered so much ground already. Okada's early life, the impact of internment, the complex themes of No Boy, the tragic loss, and then rediscovery of his writings. It's a story full of twists and turns, heartbreak, and ultimately a sense of hope and resilience.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
I think it's time we delved a little deeper into No Boy itself.
Mm-hmm.
What are the key themes that resonated with readers? How did it impact the literary landscape? And what can we, as readers today, learn from Okada's story and the characters he brought to life?
Okay, so we've talked about Okada's, pretty incredible life story, but I think it's time we really dive into like the heart of No Boy and see what makes it such a powerful and enduring work, of literature.
Yeah, absolutely. What is it about this novel that resonated so deeply with readers, especially within the Asian American community? Well, No Boy goes beyond, just recounting the aftermath of internment.
Right.
It really delves into these complexities of identity, specifically what it means to be Japanese American in a society that often views you as the other.
Yeah.
And Okada's protagonist, Ichiro, he really embodies this struggle.
Right.
He's rejected by Japanese Americans who see him as a traitor for his no answers,
Right.
and by white Americans who still harbor, that prejudice against Japanese people.
So he's kind of caught between these two worlds,
Exactly.
just trying to figure out where he belongs.
Yeah.
It's like he's not American enough for some, and he's not Japanese enough for others.
Right.
What a painful and confusing experience.
Exactly. And it's an experience that so many Asian Americans can relate to even today.
Right.
You're constantly negotiating between two cultures, trying to reconcile your family's expectations, their heritage, with the demands of a society that doesn't always see you as fully belonging.
It's like you're never fully accepted by either side.
Yeah.
You're just stuck in this in-between space. And remember, this novel was published in 1957.
Right.
I mean, was America even ready for this kind of honest and raw exploration of Asian American identity?
It's a great question, and the answer is probably not.
Yeah.
But that's what makes No Boy so groundbreaking.
Right.
It gave a voice to a generation of Japanese Americans who had been silenced by their experiences. And it really paved the way for other Asian American writers to explore, those similar themes of identity, of belonging, the complexities of navigating between cultures.
Like he cracked open a door that had been firmly shut.
Yeah.
He showed the world that these stories mattered,
Hmm.
that the Asian American experience was, a vital part of the American story.
Precisely. And think about the impact of that.
Yeah.
By giving voice to these experiences, No Boy challenged that dominant narrative about Japanese Americans.
Right.
It forced readers to confront the realities of racism and prejudice and to reconsider their own assumptions.
So it wasn't just a personal story. It was a social and political statement as well.
Absolutely. No Boy was a powerful indictment of the injustices faced by Japanese Americans during and after the war.
Mm.
But it wasn't just about exposing the negative.
Right.
There's also this element of resilience, a search for hope, even in the face of adversity.
That's an important point. Okada's characters aren't just victims.
Right.
They're complex individuals making these difficult choices in these impossible circumstances.
Yeah.
They're trying to heal, rebuild their lives, find a sense of identity in a world that's been shattered.
You're picking up on something really crucial here. Okada doesn't shy away from the pain, the struggle,
Right.
but he also shows us the strength and resilience of the human spirit. His characters are searching for a way to move forward, to find meaning and connection in a world that's often hostile and unwelcoming.
It makes me think about Okada's own life, too.
Right.
I mean, he went through internment, he served in the military, and then faced rejection from publishers who weren't interested in his stories. But he kept writing.
Yeah.
There's something incredibly powerful about that. A refusal to be silenced.
That's the legacy that continues to inspire readers today.
Yeah.
No Boy isn't just a historical artifact. It's a timeless story about the human spirit's capacity for resilience, the enduring search for identity, the power of finding your voice in the face of injustice.
It's interesting to think about how No Boy might be received by readers today. People who may not have any direct connection to the Japanese-American internment experience.
Right.
Do you think its themes still resonate?
Absolutely. In many ways, No Boy feels even more urgent and timely today.
Yeah.
As debates about immigration, about cultural identity, the treatment of minority groups continue to dominate our, national conversation, Okada's novel offers this really powerful lens through which to understand these contemporary challenges.
It's a reminder that history isn't just something that happened in the past.
Right.
It shapes our present and influences our future.
Mm-hmm.
And stories like Okada's help us see those connections.
Exactly. By engaging with stories like Okada's, we gain a deeper understanding of, the forces that have shaped our world.
Right. Yeah.
And hopefully we can work towards a more just and equitable future.
All right, I think it's time we take a moment to kind of reflect on everything we've learned about John Okada and the impact of his groundbreaking novel. And when we come back, let's talk about what it all means for us as readers today. What can we take away from this deep dive into Okada's world and legacy? Welcome back. We've been unpacking the life and legacy of John Okada, the author of No Boy, this novel that offers this really powerful glimpse into the Japanese-American experience during and after World War II.
Right. And as we've discussed, Okada's work continues to resonate today. It provides these valuable insights into broader issues of identity, belonging, and the lasting effects of prejudice and historical trauma.
Yeah. It's really striking how relevant No Boy feels, even though it was written decades ago.
Right.
We're still grappling with so many of the same issues around identity and belonging, especially for minority groups.
That's so true. And I think what's remarkable about No Boy is that it really transcends its historical context.
Right.
So while it's rooted in a specific time and place, the themes that it explores are universal. That search for identity, the struggle for belonging, the feeling of being caught between cultures. These are experiences that resonate with people from all walks of life, regardless of their background.
So even though it's about a specific event in history.
Yeah.
It speaks to something much larger about the human experience.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that makes great literature so powerful. It allows us to step into someone else's shoes, to see the world through their eyes, and to connect with experiences that might be different from our own.
It also makes you think about the power of stories and how they can help us understand each other better.
Absolutely. Okada's novel reminds us that history isn't just about dates and events.
Right.
It's about people. their lives, their struggles, and their triumphs. And by engaging with those individual stories, we can gain a deeper understanding of the human condition and the complexities of our shared history.
Okada's story also highlights the importance of seeking out diverse voices and perspectives.
Yeah,
I mean, his work was almost lost forever.
right.
And it makes you wonder how many other stories, how many other voices have been silenced or overlooked throughout history.
It's a sobering thought. And it really underscores the responsibility we all have to be more curious, to seek out voices beyond the mainstream, and to ensure that, future generations have access to a wider range of perspectives and experiences.
It makes you realize that we all have a role to play in amplifying those marginalized voices
Yeah,
and ensuring that their stories are heard.
exactly. And, supporting writers from marginalized communities.
Yeah.
Reading their work, sharing their stories. These are all ways we can contribute to a more inclusive and understanding world.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into John Okada and No No Boy, I'm left with this mix of emotions, sadness for the tragic loss of his unpublished work, but also this sense of awe at the power of his writing and its enduring impact on our understanding of the Japanese-American experience.
And I would add a sense of hope, too. Okada's story reminds us that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit can persevere. His work is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of storytelling to bridge divides and foster understanding.
Beautifully put. And for those of you listening, if you're intrigued by John Okada's story, I highly recommend checking out No No Boy. It's a powerful and thought-provoking read that offers this really unique perspective on a crucial period in American history.
And as you delve into Okada's world, consider this. How might his novel inform your understanding of the challenges we face today, particularly around issues of identity, belonging, and the treatment of minority groups? What lessons can we learn from the struggles and triumphs of his characters?
Those are some really powerful questions to ponder. And on that note, we'll bring this deep dive to a close. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of John Okada and the enduring legacy of No No Boy.